Imagine a state of towering mountains, endless prairies, and skies so wide they seem to touch the edge of the earth, but almost no people in sight. This is Wyoming, the least populated state in the entire United States. Its land is vast, stretching wider than some countries in Europe, yet its population is smaller than many American cities. But why is it so empty? Well, the answer isn't as simple as no one wants to live here. Wyoming offers breathtaking landscapes, but also real challenges, from harsh winters and limited services to an economy that can push people away. And yet, some choose to stay, to live quietly, to build a life in the silence. In this video, we'll explore 10 of the most remote towns in Wyoming, places that rarely make it onto travel blogs or postcards, but are full of stories, resilient people, and a rugged spirit that refuses to fade. Our journey begins in a place that feels like a movie set, but it's real. Welcome to Atlantic City, a former gold rush town nestled deep in the quiet hills of Fremont County. It may sound like a bustling coastal city, but here in Wyoming, Atlantic City is anything but. Back in the late 1800s, it was alive with the chaos of the gold boom. Today, it's home to just 30 to 40 residents, making it a ghost town that never truly died. Wooden buildings, dirt roads, and the soft crunch of gravel under your feet. It's a daily scene here. But beneath the silence, there's warmth. People know each other by name. History lingers in every corner. There's even a small diner still running, the Merc or Miner's Grub Steak, serving up food with a side of storytelling. If you're bold enough to drive the rough road into town, you'll find a place where the past hasn't fully let go. It's not polished, it's not crowded, but that's exactly why it's unforgettable. From the echoes of Atlantic City, we head northwest to a small town that lives quietly in the shadows of modern tourism. Just a short drive from the grandeur of Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks, Dubois sits like a well-kept secret in Wyoming's vast landscape. Even though it's near the highway that leads to two of the biggest national parks in America, Dubois chooses stillness over noise. It doesn't rush, it doesn't shout, it simply lives. Locals here live modestly, surrounded by green valleys and red rock mountains. In summer, it's a paradise for outdoor lovers, hiking, fishing, horseback riding. But beneath its natural beauty, there's also a deep cultural thread. The National Bighorn Sheep Center stands proudly as a symbol of the bond between humans and the wild. Dubois isn't a pit stop. It's a retreat, a place you stay to breathe. And as we leave it behind, we head to a town filled with the free spirit of artists and musicians, hidden beneath the shadows of the Bighorn Mountains. Tucked into Washakie County, surrounded by the Bighorn Range, lies a town with a name that sounds like it came from an old legend. This is Ten Sleep. And maybe it is a bit like a fairy tale. Long ago, it was a resting place for native travelers. Today, it's home to fewer than 300 residents who treasure peace, wilderness, and art. In summer, local music festivals and outdoor adventures bring the town to life. In winter, silence takes over. Writers, rock climbers, and travelers seeking solitude often come here to recharge. There's even a small craft brewery with a simple motto: brew good beer for good people. Some visitors say there's a magic in the mountain wind and the roar of distant waterfalls. Would you come and feel it for yourself? From a town that sings in a valley, we now drop into a quieter plain. where timber, copper, and memory meet in the stillness. Welcome to Encampment, a hidden settlement in Carbon County near the Colorado border. Once a booming copper mining town in the early 20th century, the valley echoed with the sound of machines and wooden wagons. Now, the only noise is the wind and the birds circling the open-air exhibits of the Grand Encampment Museum. People here live simply and know each other well. They proudly protect the history that once powered their town. Summer is the best time to visit, when green fields stretch wide and the museum shares old stories with heart. Few towns embrace their past as tightly as Encampment, and from here, we move northwest to another small place, hiding a sweet surprise from the trails of the Old West. Have you ever heard of Meeteetse? Most people haven't. Its name comes from the Shoshoni language, said to mean a distant place. And honestly, that's exactly how it feels. Remote, peaceful, and full of stories. Nestled in Park County, Meeteetse was once home to cowboys, miners, and cattle ranchers. Today, only a few hundred people still live here, holding on to their traditions and a quiet way of life. But Meeteetse has a softer side too. There's a famous homemade chocolate shop, a small local museum filled with town legends, and dusty streets that look almost exactly like they did 100 years ago. It's the kind of place that welcomes strangers like old friends. From Meeteetse, our journey rolls on to another overlooked town at the far edges of Wyoming's map, Shoshoni. In the heart of the state, Shoshoni was once a key junction for railroads and trade routes. Now, it feels like an open page, quiet yet waiting for the next story to be written. Though sparse, life here moves forward. A small, tight-knit community endures, surrounded by desert and plains, untouched and wide. Close to Boysen Lake and Boysen State Park, the town holds unexpected appeal. Anglers, kayakers, and seekers of nature's calm drift here to escape the noise of everyday life. Shoshoni may not be a top destination on any map, but maybe that's its secret. The fewer the people, the deeper the peace. From a quiet crossroad, we now head south to a town where warmth rises straight from the earth. Saratoga, in southern Carbon County, is a place where nature and people live in quiet harmony. Famous for its natural hot springs, this small town has long been a retreat for those seeking healing, peace, or just a break from modern life. Locals here thrive on tourism and nature's beauty. Whether it's fishing in the North Platte River, camping in cozy resorts, or joining lively local festivals, there's a sense of joy that feels personal. Saratoga mixes the charm of the Old West with the spirit of modern relaxation. It's a place unlike any other in Wyoming. And now, from Saratoga's soothing steam, we head southwest to a place where wild legends still whisper through the mountains. The name Baggs might not sound familiar, but picture a town straight out of a classic cowboy movie, and that's exactly what it is. Located on the border between Wyoming and Colorado, Baggs was once a hideout for outlaws, including the infamous Butch Cassidy and his gang. Today, Baggs runs at a quieter pace. It's home to a small, rugged ranching community and a local museum that keeps its wild history alive. Main Street is calm, lined with weathered wooden buildings and gently flapping flags. Whispers from the past still echo between them. And here's something unique. Baggs sits in the heart of Wyoming's largest antelope population. Wild, wide, and watching, just like the legends that once rode these plains. Now, from cowboy tales to alpine silence, we head toward the foot of the mountains where nature sets the rhythm of life. Nestled in Albany County at the base of the Snowy Range Mountains, you'll find Centennial, a village that looks like a never-ending spring painting. With fewer than 300 residents, this town is often called the gateway to Stillness. Why? Because it marks the start of the stunning Snowy Range Scenic Byway, a road less traveled and beautifully so. The community here is made up of artists, retirees, and nature lovers. They've come for the peace and stayed for the beauty. Centennial has a cozy railroad museum, a charming old western bar, and lodges that blend right into the mountain landscape. When winter falls, it becomes a quiet haven for cross-country skiers and landscape photographers. Centennial isn't a place to rush. It's a place to breathe, reflect, and remember what life felt like before phone buzzes and honking cars. But even in all this beauty, one place feels lonelier than the rest. It's time to travel to the quietest corner of Wyoming. This is Lost Cabin, and the name isn't just poetic, it's perfectly accurate. Located in central Wyoming, Lost Cabin is nearly abandoned. A handful of aging buildings, a former post, and scattered empty homes now stand silently across a barren plain. There are no stores, no restaurants, only echoes of what once was. And yet, this near silence holds a strange power. Lost Cabin makes you think about towns that grow and disappear, about people who tried to tame the wild and eventually gave up. Lost Cabin ends our journey across Wyoming, a state that's vast, quiet, and full of paradox. Here, silence doesn't mean emptiness, and distance doesn't mean disconnection. These remote towns offer more than just views. They offer a glimpse of resilience, connection, and a different kind of freedom. In the stillness, there's beauty. In the simplicity, there's meaning. And perhaps that's the lesson Wyoming wants us to take home.